This week we're talking about the three worlds of the biblical text. So the world behind the text, the world within the text, and the world in front of the text. This is basically textual criticism and reading the Bible from context and culture. So the world behind the text is the historical background of the writing. Who was Paul writing to? Who was Jesus talking to? Who are the Samaritans? Why was the Bible written in Koine Greek? That's an example of the historical background of the Bible. The world within the text is, what is the Bible saying? What's the genre? What's the purpose of the book? A narrative is not an epistle. An epistle is a book written by an apostle. The historical narrative, like Jesus, or like Genesis, not Jesus, Genesis is an example of a narrative, not an epistle. It's not everything that's in a historical narrative is encouraged to be acted out, such as child sacrifice. The book of Judges is full of terrible things that people do, and you don't really want to follow that. An example of the world in front of a text is the moral issues that we use the Bible to discern. For example, like the abortion issues. We use the Bible no matter which side people are on. They usually use the Bible to influence their perspective, whether they do it right or not. An example of someone who does do this, who's not a Christian, I would say, is Richard Dawkins. He says that he would prefer to live in a world following Christian principles rather than Islamic principles. That's an example of, he calls himself a cultural Christian, not a believing Christian. So he lives out a Christian worldview, but doesn't follow the Christian ideals, or doesn't follow the Christian faith. That's how you use the Bible but that's how we get ethics from the Bible. It's biblical ethics transcends time. Another example within the Bible of an ethic that we can follow is, Paul says in Ephesians 5 that covetousness is idolatry, and people have been coveting things since the beginning. So that's an example of a moral principle from the Bible that still applies today. Thank you for watching my video. Have a good day.